I'm hopeful that you hear me. Do tell us what's happening right now.
Okay, so just about 40 minutes ago, as you indicated, the flag bearer of the party, that is the NDC, John Rawlings Dies, together with his running mate, Professor Nana Jino, and executives of the party, the chairman, the general secretary, Johnson Stadium Katia, the director of elections for the party, Alvin Free Yankra, the deputy general secretary of the party, Peter Tukono, including the minority leadership, that is Haruna Idrisu, Muntaka Mubarak, and also MP for North Dai, Roxton Jambako, where are the rich residents of the former president to commiserate with the family. In fact, the meeting was a closed-door meeting. The media wasn't allowed to cover the meeting because they said that they just wanted to have a personal conversation with the widow, that is Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlings, and the family as well. So shortly after the meeting, the chairman of the party briefed the media on what has been going on, basically to come to the family officially and announce to them that they have the party and the flag bearer, John Mahama, have suspended their campaign and are ready to involve themselves with the funeral arrangement. So they came to us when the 1 week celebration will be, the modalities, what the party should do to ensure that they also contribute to the funeral arrangement of the man who founded the Fourth Republic and also the party as well. And the minority leader indicated to us that indeed Jerry John Rawlings is a man who left a huge legacy for this country, and it's very important that we maintain and preserve his heritage. For them as an NDC, they will ensure that going forward, everything they do in word or in deed would be to preserve the heritage of the founder of their party. Now, particularly for the director of elections for the NDC, Alvin Free Yankra, he says that the former president inspired him into politics. At a young age, he saw the former president with the things he was doing. He fell in love with him and decided to follow him. So far, the former president has a huge positive impact on his political career. But there is one thing he wants from Ghanaians, is that the principle upon which he stood for, that the probity and accountability should be restored. In his view, the governing NPP has thrown to the dog the principles for which he stood for. And so the victory of the NDC would be the surest way to restore that probity and accountability that the former president stood for. We can hear him.
I was in Kumasi yesterday for a brief meeting, and I was on the flight with Honorable Tutubi Pachi. So as we landed and were coming down, and he said, "Oh, he said that the old man has been in hospital." And I said, "Yes, he's been," but I was told that he was supposed to have been discharged a couple of days ago, but they said they were observing him, so I'm sure he'll be okay. So that's how we left, came to the office. And then after a short while, calls started coming in. "Hi, is the old man, have you heard anything?" So I called the source, and the source said she was going to call the doctor and get back to me. From then I tried calling Dan, the bodyguard, and the photographer, and all the other guys I knew around. Incidentally, all their numbers were busy. So I started feeling very uneasy. And then the source called to confirm that this was what has happened. So I was totally broken. I was devastated. And so you recall that yesterday when you approached me with the camera, I just snubbed you. So I apologize for that. And anybody else who tried talking to me yesterday, I was just not in the mood to speak. I was just not in the mood to engage anybody. It was very, very, very shocking because I'm quite close to him, apart from the politics. His birthdays, we have our own ritual. He likes pork. So there's a guy who does very good pork, full pork. He season it with wine and other things, and we'll bring it to him together with the party executives, and we'll come and celebrate with him. Sometimes when we come, you jovially say, well, you brought a pork, so you can go. You are not invited, you know, and then that kind of thing, very jovial. And then occasionally you ask that, where can he get some? They will organize it for him. So beyond the politics, you know, it was a very personal, and it's a huge loss, as you said, for the country, for our party, and for we, the young people who were drawing a lot of inspiration from him. You know, when he came on the scene, we were very young, and he inspired us and motivated us, and that's why we're in politics today. So we owe it all to him, his leadership, his vision, his quest for social justice. I mean, this was somebody who had very, very strong convictions about probity, integrity, and accountability. They were not just mere political, balances that he was measuring, but there were things that he believed in, and as much as is humanly possible, he lived up to them. Very modest throughout his tenure of office, and even after he left office, you see his life very, very modest. He's not the kind of person who is interested in acquisition of property here and there, accumulation of wealth. Always focused on helping the ordinary man. There's somebody, when he was president, there's a story about the time when his convoy stopped and he had to pick a farmer because he saw that the farmer was carrying a load and had walked for long kilometers. That is quintessential Jerry Rawlings for you. It was genuine. His love for humanity was genuine. It wasn't fake. And we've lost a great man.
Politicians of our days, what are some of the lessons we need to pick up from the life of the man who many say stabilized the Fourth Republic?
Yes, it's important that this Fourth Republic that we are enjoying was as a result of his handiwork. He stabilized, he first of all ended all coup d'etats in this country, brought about the Fourth Republic, which is the longest republic, and this constitution that was put together by ordinary people through his leadership, and that has endured and survived over the years. And it's a major achievement. So what we can do is to ensure that we maintain and sustain this democratic path that he has charted for us, and also follow his principles of probity, integrity, and accountability. I think that is the most important legacy that he has left for us. That the principles that he believed in and he lived by. He didn't just believe in them or talk about them, but from all the evidence is clear. This is somebody who, the government, when he left power, they sent people all over the world to go and look for his foreign accounts, and nothing was found. You know, that is the man. He is a true epitome of integrity, accountability, and love for the ordinary man. You cannot take that away from him. You can say everything you want about the excesses and all that. Of course, he's human, and he headed a human institution, so we are not saying that his reign was utopia. But if you look at it in a very objective manner, his impact and contribution to the development.
Kwesipaka Wilson there, bringing us that conversation he had with Mr. Elvis Afriyie Ankrah. Parker, let's wrap up with you. You've been there all morning. Apart from the president and the former president and flag bearer of the NDC who have been there, what else has been happening at the home of Mr. Rawlings?
Okay, so the flag bearer for the Ghana Freedom Party, Madam Ike Donko, was here a while ago to also pay her respect. And then the flag bearer for the Ghana Union Movement, that is Christian Andrews, popularly known as Toffa Posom. And a member of the party, that's Bevlolati, was also here. Now, if you're interested to know that when I spoke to Bevlolati, he indicated that the former president was bigger than the NDC. At a point, he even detached himself from the party, so was seen more as a statesman. And going into this election, one of the key things we need to recognize as a nation and appreciate is that Rawlings stood for peace. And so going into this election, we need to ensure that peace prevails during and after the election. And he added that as a sign of respect, the widow, that is Nana Credo Ajman Rawlings, should immediately step down from the presidential race. Give to you know that the East declared her to contest in this year's election. And unfortunately, the husband has passed on. And so he believes that as a sign of respect and in honor of the husband, she should step down from the race, announce to her party and that of the nation as a whole. And even asked that, assuming the former president was alive, who was he going to vote for? The party he founded had a flag bearer, John Rawlings Dies. And the wife also has a party going into a major election like this. So was he going to vote for the NDC or was he going to vote for the NDP? So he said that the wife would have put the man in a very difficult position, knowing very well that he has a daughter who is also representing the party at the Krote constituency. So this has been the conversation I've been having with some of the friends and sympathizers of the party and also admirers of former President Rawlings who have been here this morning and afternoon to commiserate with the family.
Parker, thank you very much. We'll come back to you. Kwesi Parker Wilson there, he's been standing by for us at the home of Mr. Rawlings, bringing us up to speed on all the people and the tributes that are pouring in.